I see a lot of movies, and I see a lot of them in theaters. Actually, I'm known to see any movie that plays at my local Cineplex, regardless of silly things like if I'm actually interested in the movie or quality. Likewise, sometimes I went into movies like Serenity. Movies that shouldn't have been made. Not because they're bad, that's just a fun little after effect. But because, well, they don't feel like they were supposed to exist. Again, I am not speaking of the quality of the movie yet. Because frankly, I don't even know if I like this one or not. You'll see what I mean. No use beating around the bush anymore. You can't really talk about this movie without, well, talking about it. So, here it is. Serenity. Now this is where the movie gets weird. The beginning. The movie starts out with one of the corniest and foreshadowy openings of all time. But at least there's effort. And hey, misplaced effort is better than no effort at all, so good on you, Serenity, you're trying. The movie centers around Matthew McConaughey playing the only role he's ever known how to play. Matthew McConaughey. Quiz time! Is Matthew McConaughey a fisher, a prostitute, or a crazy man? The correct answer is all three! He's also the actor that plays the main character in this movie. Wow, he gets around. Matthew only wants one thing in life, to catch a real big fish at all costs, even if it means destroying what little reputation he has. Kind of like Matthew McConaughey when he signed on to this. Okay, I'll stop. For now. The fish is appropriately named Sir... Justice. And we tried, folks. One thing I noticed right off the bat is how stilted the dialogue is. I mean, it sounds like Matt is talking to a bunch of NPCs the entire time. Nothing really has any emotion. Not in the inflection or anything, but the writing. It's weird. Just listen to this bar scene.
Heard you had him on again, Dill. Well, Wes wonders if it isn't the same big old tuna that broke his heart.
Do you see what I mean? No? Whatever. Matt is a lonely man who lives in a box, but not like a homeless guy box, like a bigger box. He's a cultured man. It wasn't always like that though. Matt had a kid at one point and they bonded over the fact that they both have stock sound effect laughter that doesn't sync with their mouth at all. They don't hang out anymore though. Assumingly they only hung out back then. Probably took place somewhere in between when I was younger and the good old days. This just in, we're 13 minutes in and we already saw Matthew McConaughey shirtless twice. We're on a roll. Oh yeah, and there's a businessman following Matthew around and the radio is talking to him and telling him to catch the fish. But that's just a normal Tuesday for me, so it's not really worth delving into. Oh, the boat is named Serenity. Lame. That's like calling Back to the Future DeLorean or Secret Passage Productions garbage chair. I actually did find this chair in the garbage. Matthew goes out in the water and tries to catch the fish again, but nothing. His superior intellect tells him that his associate is bad luck because his wife died. Yep, it adds up. Despite the fact that he almost caught the thing yesterday. Yep, it subtracts down. This all serves to state the obvious, that Matthew is a kooky and crazy fella. But who needs a smelly old boat person when you have blonde Anne Hathaway? Matt starts talking to her and oh my god, he sounds like a video game character now too. If he wasn't talking to a girl right now, I would swear he was a gamer. This is where the plot pivots and changes from Matthew McConaughey catching a fish to blonde Anne Hathaway wanting Matthew McConaughey to throw her new husband off a boat for $10 million because he beats Matthew McConaughey's son. Oh yeah, and blonde Anne Hathaway is Matthew McConaughey's ex-wife. This definitely feels like the logical next step. And that's the third time Matthew M has been naked. I'll even add an extra point for that ass shot, because hard work and dedication does not go unnoticed here at Secret Passage Productions. Unless you're one of the underpaid and overworked writers. Wait. Who the fuck wrote that? The whole Matthew McConaughey being naked thing is totally ruined by this. And this. And this. Jesus fucking Christ. Move the camera like a normal human being. In other more tasteful news, naked Matthew McConaughey hangs out with his equally naked son underwater. As per the custody agreement, I'm sure. This movie just got way too real for me. After that, Matt talks to his son through water. Not as in they're both in water like before, but like they're talking telepathically through water. I'm sure you know what I mean. You know, if the writer of this movie can write weird shit like this, I'm starting to think they wrote Matt's character as a normal guy. The perception is just so warped that we got Matthew McConaughey. Blonde Anne Hathaway's husband comes a day early and then starts beating her for legitimately no reason. Also, he's carrying a gun for some reason. I don't know. Knowing this movie, it probably shoots confetti and lube, so who gives a shit? Matt seems to not be too keen on the idea of killing the husband and rejects it, because the fish is more important. Wow, I'm finally getting some representation in film! Oh yeah, and this movie is about God now too, because of fucking course it is. Matt keeps his word and keeps Blonde Anne Hathaway's husband in one piece, much to Blonde Anne Hathaway's dismay. Nothing that stroking the long shaft of nostalgia can't fix though, as Blonde Anne Hathaway tries to convince Matthew Mcconaughey. You know, people sometimes say that in movies, women are only used for their bodies. In this one, they're used for Matthew McConaughey's body. Just when you remember that you forgot, the business guy shows up again, and this time he actually talks to Matt. He does about what you would expect of him. He tries to sell Matt a stupid fish finder and tells him he's in a video game. This all leads to... Wait. Go back 5 seconds. Ew. He tries to sell Matt a stupid fish finder and tells him he's in a video game. That doesn't actually happen, right? Did I make that up as some kind of joke? No, it can't be. One sec. One fucking sec. It can't be. I don't fucking remember half of this. Oh, nope. It can be, apparently. Yep, just because why the fuck not? It turns out that the entire movie took place in a video game made by Matthew McConaughey's son. But the Matthew McConaughey you saw in the movie isn't real, like the Matthew McConaughey that shows up in your dreams and serenades you. Except in this instance, he's in a video game, and the game is played by his son, his real son, unless there's another game we haven't heard about yet. And his son wants him to catch the fish and not kill the stepdad. The son is controlling Matthew McConaughey, so like that shouldn't be an issue. Wait. No. Now the game is to kill the stepdad, the fake one in the game, but the rules in the game the son coded isn't letting the son do that, despite the fact that he codes the game while he plays it. Wait. Never mind. The creator changed the rules, which means this guy shouldn't even be here, and there shouldn't even be a problem, but like, there is. Not like a major one yet, people are just trying to talk him out of it. So it's like not a big deal, but still, this shouldn't be any problem because he changed the rules. The stepdad should be dead already. I guess when your whole movie takes place in a video game, logic isn't exactly a priority. Now, the big deal comes along when the stepdads, the virtual stepdads of course, hand gets broken, making him not want to go fishing, meaning that Matt can't yeet him off a boat. But Blonde Anne Hathaway coaxes him to go anyway, going against the rules, but I guess that's what she's been doing the whole time. This is probably metaphorical, but fuck it, we have bigger fish to fry. Like how this movie kind of implies that this is actually just a schizophrenic nightmare, but like, not really. The business guy is talking to Matt and he just appears and disappears, but like his shoes are still there, and I don't fucking know. I'm writing this at 1:15 a.m. I don't give a shit. He eventually gets on the boat with his stepdad, and Matthew McConaughey has the choice between killing the stepdad and catching the fish. Also, there's this kid who snuck on board, but that doesn't even really matter. It's all a video game anyway. Matt chooses to kill the stepdad, which inspires the kid to kill his real life stepdad. Real inspiring stuff. The kid gets let out of jail because reasons, and then changes the game so he can see his virtual dad, which is seen as a sweet and tender moment. Yet when I bring up my waffle at Thanksgiving, I get castrized. How does that make sense? The fucking end. The events in this film are fictitious. What? No, that can't be true. Do you see what I mean now? It's an odd case. I can't tell if it's a masterclass achievement or a big old smelly fart. The critics seem to say the former, but really, what do they know? The audiences, though, also didn't seem to enjoy this one. It got a cinema score of D+, which was also awarded to the critically acclaimed Holmes & Watson, so, that's good. All I know is if you're into weird and crazy movies, then sorry, I just spoiled everything for you. But it's still kind of worth watching. It's like Hereditary. I found that movie quite wacky and funny, despite the fact that it was supposed to be a serious horror movie. I found Serenity wacky and funny, despite the fact that it was supposed to be... not that? I don't know. Judge it for yourself. But for me, this one gets a Matthew McConaughey's career out of 10. Thanks for watching.